Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. So today I'm using a container that you have seen before. This is a galvanized watering pitcher that we have here at the shop. They come just like this. Now it's tin, so it doesn't hold water. We do have a liner that we place in this container. We just slip that right down in, and then I usually put Oasis in. So what I've done in this container is I've placed some Oasis, which is just fresh flower foam. It's hard to see because I've got water in there. I'm going to spill it, but it's just fresh flower foam. I just stuck right down. I kind of cut it and trimmed it and stuck it right down in my container, and then I added water to this little liner, this little reservoir. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to take a little bit of seeded eucalyptus. It doesn't take a whole lot of foliage. And so I'm just going to take a couple of little stems of seeded eucalyptus and I'm going to tuck those right in. I'm just pushing that right into the Oasis. Next, I'm going to use my lime flower. I always like to start with lime flower because I don't know, it just helps me to determine how tall I want the arrangement. I just pinched the foliage out of the top of that bell, and that's just because I don't love that foliage. But I'm taking that, this is a Bells of Ireland, and so for me, I don't love the greenery in the top of this bell. I just take it and pinch that right out. It actually helps that bell to stand up straight. And so I just think it kind of gives it a haircut and it looks better. So I just took it. I stripped a few of the blooms off the bottom because this one I'm going to kind of stagger it in height. I'm going to pull this one down a little lower. Just kind of tuck that into that Oasis. Next, I'm going to use some locally grown snapdragons. These are really pretty yellow snapdragons. I'm going to take them and I'm going to strip their stems. Now, the difference in locally grown and California snapdragons are very big. Their stems are really large, and they're really showy flowers. And these locally grown are just more petite, just a sweeter variety of a snapdragon. So I'm going to tuck a couple of those in. Now this arrangement is going to be delivered in celebration of a 25th wedding anniversary, and it's from a mother to her daughter and son-in-law for their anniversary. Next, I'm going to use a couple of stems of locally grown zinnias. Zinnias are my very favorite summer flower. They last a long time and they come in such pretty colors. So I'm going to tuck a couple of zinnias in there. These are the orange spray roses. I use orange spray roses a lot, but orange is just such a pretty color, a pretty vibrant color. So I'm going to turn my arrangement around and I'm going to tuck the stem of those little orange spray roses down deep. And I'm just stripping some of the foliage off. Cut my stem, and I'm going to just tuck another one over here on this side. Next, I have some pretty sunflowers, yellow sunflowers, another one of those summer staple flowers, right? Sunflowers are so happy and pretty, and I'm going to tuck just a few stems of those in. So we're just kind of making just a really pretty summery arrangement.
We're good to go. Thank you so much.
Next, I've got a little bit of filler flowers. So I have blue bachelor buttons. These are also locally grown. These are locally grown from a grower, and it's called Sky Blossom Blooms, and she brings beautiful flowers. She actually brought zinnias, she grew the snapdragons and these really pretty blue bachelor buttons. So I'm going to take them, this is one stem, so I'm going to take a pair of scissors or snips And I am going to cut the individual flowers off that stem so that I can use them in different places in this flower arrangement. So I'm just taking them, cutting them off. This flower is a little spent, so I'm just going to cut it off. I'm removing it from the stem. I'm going to go ahead and put these buds in just because that's pretty foliage and it's a good filler. Just tuck that right in. Next I have a little yellow solidago. I'm going to strip the greenery off the bottom. Got enough tools over here. Filling in with that solidago. If there are any spent blooms, always just snip those right off that stem, toss them, and then use the pretty blooms. All right, so the last thing I am going to use in this pretty arrangement are succulents. So these are succulents that we have growing here at the shop. So this lady, the lady that is receiving the gift of flowers, loves succulents. And so I went and cut some succulents off of, out of my pot. I'm going to take that succulent. So I cleaned it off. I removed all of the roots and cleaned it off really pretty well. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to take, these are just bamboo skewers that you grill with. I'm going to just take it and I'm going to push it right in to that little root ball, okay? I'm just pressing it right in so that my succulent has a stem. Now, the wonderful part about using succulents, and you can use it with any type of succulent, you can cut them off, you can reroot these. You can even take like these little petals that are broken off, stick them down into moist soil and they will root. So she can even set this on moist soil and spritz it with water and it should root for her, which is always nice. So I'm just going to take that succulent, I'm just pushing that bamboo skewer right down in to that oasis. So he's tucked right there. I have one more. Now this one still has the little roots on it. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just trim that back. Just like that. I'm going to take that skewer and just push it right into that little root ball. And you kind of need to be careful with them because you don't want to break their petals. So he's on a stick, okay? I'm going to turn my arrangement and just tuck him right into that arrangement. Succulents are always kind of a fun addition that you can add to an arrangement. Now here in the flower shop, you can absolutely order succulents. So say I am going to do a large event that I need lots of succulents. I can order succulents from, you can order them online. They just send them in a large tray and you've got different types of succulents that you can use. Personally, I find it to be more cost efficient if you just buy a couple of pots, have them here at the shop, and as you need them, you can just cut them off. Now, of course, you don't want to do that when you need lots and lots, just because it's just hard to grow that many. Okay, but it's just a fun addition to an arrangement. So there's our summer arrangement with succulents. I have a few more bachelor buttons, so I'm going to tuck those in real quick. But feel free to go out in your garden and cut blooms out of your garden. Use those blooms and enjoy them in your home. Zinnias are wonderful, long-lasting blooms that you can harvest out of your yard. They're very easy to grow. You can grow them from seed. You can grow them from plants, but I tell you the least expensive way to grow them is grow them from seed. I went this year and purchased, I was at the Dollar Tree and purchased a box of seeds for $1.25. I have a large planter just full of blooming plants that include the zinnias. So try that. It's so much fun. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions about this arrangement or about anything that we do here at the shop, please don't hesitate to drop that down in the comments. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Guys, have a wonderful day and we'll see you all real soon. Thank you.